Welcome. This is a zodiac specific reading for you, Virgo. Digest. So, Virgo, let us see what is going on for you. What brings you to this reading? So, we're starting out with our animal totems to help us understand some influences that are lending strength, energy, or awareness to your situation. We'll take this one. Beautiful. I saw that one on the pre-shuffle. It was meant for you. The owl with magic. And lynx, keeper of secrets. Beautiful. Priestess energy for you today. So the lynx, keeper of secrets, reads, take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So perhaps for some of you, you're seeing something differently than someone else, and rather than argue about something, you're just keeping your inner truth sacred and not being influenced by something. You're keeping silent about something there. Okay, we'll look into that a little bit more. An owl, magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So, yeah, somebody is perhaps not acknowledging something, or in their acknowledgement, they're calling attention to something that's hitting you quite different. It seems as though with this acknowledgement of deception, it's like you're sensing that somebody's motivation is different than is indicated by them. And so perhaps there's been something that has already gone on, because we're talking about here, let the past go and make room for a better life. I kind of feel too like somewhat, because you've been silent about something, you may be holding a bit of a grudge. There may be some resentment here that has come into the situation. And I'm sensing in this moment that some of these cards are something to do with this. So it could be through a judgment cast by yourself or upon you by another. I sense that you are, how do I want to say this, like sticking up for yourself, but then we've got this in silence. It's like sometimes certain things or projections don't even justify a response. I feel like that's where you're at, because you know what's true about you and who you are. You're not going to be projected upon. So it may be that this is difficult for you to process and digest because of your sensitive nature. It says there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. So whether you're the one who has said something that was taken a little bit harsh, or whether you received somebody's judgment that seemed harsh to you, it says do something new, something different. And yeah, letting go of the past and making room for a better life is going to require you to do something different. And that might be to love in spite of it all. Ooh, hubba hubba. Maybe somebody that you've been attracted to that made a comment that you did not approve of, or that hurt your feelings. See me in their eyes, and change is always good. So, yeah, maybe even this could be a third person involved, saying something about someone who either you love, or somebody that you love saying something about something that was important to you. Yeah, there could be several situations or several comments that are just starting to accumulate and weigh upon your spirit, and you have secretly been hurt, and you are seeming to need time to separate away, to just be by yourself, to be in your own energy. Um, yeah, your strength and judgment about how to respond to this, how to honor your own preferences and your own inner magic here, and how to stand up for yourself in a loving way. I think those are some of the matters here that we're talking about. So, yeah, and I'm not saying that there's no fault in both parties, but there's something that I think that you need to express how something is influencing or affecting you, that somebody else that you do love is stating about you or to you, or about your the things that you prefer. Let's get a couple of extra cards here from the astrological deck to get some context about the situation. I want that one, that one. So what is going on? What is the universe want us to know about this situation to help us to navigate, to make our decisions, and to help us unpack this? So, okay, yes. At the bottom of the deck, we have 7th house of partnership and relationship. So it doesn't have to be a romantic or intimate relationship. It can be anybody that we are relating to, socially or otherwise. Ooh, you've got some cards I have not quite seen before, or recently at least. So I'll lay them out this way. Let's start here. Jupiter, abundance. Here we've got good food and drink. For some of you, this may be something that somebody said while you guys were having a good time, enjoying yourselves, or maybe somebody was loose-lipped because of some indulgence or something, or maybe they just kind of thought that they had the right to speak about something and didn't recognize how much and how often they were commenting in a certain direction that was influencing or affecting you in some way. So here we have number 55, transits with climate. So yeah, I sense that here we have this individual in more of like a fetal position, hugging and holding a pillow. I think that somebody is taking you to be very strong, very solemn, or stoic in a situation, when in fact that's somewhat more, I mean, not that you're not strong and empowered, because I do believe that you are, but somebody's taking in stride your ability to be silent, or to just take things in stride, and they're not honoring your sensitivity here. And so the climate, that's the environment that's being manifest here, is scattering your energies. It's putting you into a lower space. I think too, you've potentially already been a little bit feeling a little bit low in various ways, and you've been really wanting to create a change for yourself, or to be seen in a positive light for making these changes in your life. But somebody seems to be coming through as critical. So I know that Virgo gets the reputation for being critical, and so I don't mean to blame the victim in your situation, but I would say that perhaps there's been some level of a precedent, especially if this is a relationship you have with somebody close to you, in like a family dynamic, because sometimes our worst behavior comes out, and then because of the previous situations and things accumulating, then there's this feeling of, Oh, well, just say this because our relationship is like that. We can take that, or they know I mean well type stuff. And so then the tolerance builds up, and then resentments build up, and feelings become hurt. And so there's somebody hurting here that needs to know that you do approve of them. And so it's important, I think, to be able to understand that even if that person is someone else, that people that are important to us are craving our approval and our compliments and our love. And so we can be proactive in offering them a little bit more support at this time, or calling ourselves out on something like, I've been thinking a lot about some of the conversations we've had recently, and these few things that I had said, I want to make sure that um, you're feeling okay, and through that dialogue that you're creating, offering them an opportunity to speak up about something that they might be struggling to put into words, especially if that's like a young person, a vulnerable person, a sensitive person that we kind of have spoken in a harsher way to. So, okay, yes, moving on. So, conjunction and alliance, I think, is you two getting on the same page. I feel that the two of you are moving in a similar direction. You're birds of a feather that are flocking together here with this migrating Canadian geese. There's an alignment that's able to happen through this where your care and concern for this person's well being, and perhaps what you said was intended out of care or out of protection, but I think that, or what was said, I don't know how that came out in the moment. I'm not sure if I said that you said it or they said it, but it's kind of like a he said, she said, they said type of a thing where there's been a back and forth, and there's certain times where each of you has perhaps been critical of the other, or something like that. And it looks like an old karmic pattern that we're having to um, sit down and address once and for all. It's like, sometimes uh, for myself, speaking about the energy as how it's feeling to me, is it's like, I think sometimes we can lose ourselves in um, normalized conversation, especially with our closest people, and to adjust the climate into calm, peace, and clarity here is going to take something transitioning. And so the last card we have here is debilitated and discomfort. And that's exactly the climate that somehow has been created here. I will say that solar column is 16, conjunction is 51, but when I saw it, I saw it as a 15, and then debilitated is 14. So there's some type of flipping the script or inversion of something like paybacks. Uh, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Have you heard that one? So, in relationship, if this is something, in fact, that has its roots in deeper family dynamics or whatever else it might be for you or them, um, it looks as though there's something that needs to be addressed. It's created awkwardness in a situation between the two of you, perhaps. Um, Let's clarify this with some energies from the code card deck, the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle, and see what are the energies, influences, or insights coming through that are kind of the building blocks of this situation that need to be kind of unpacked. We'll take that one too. Might be an incoming message for you. Somebody sending you a message. I'm getting some mail right now. Could be an email. few more. Under the deck, we've got heart chakra, empowerment, integration, and miracle. Oh, that's so gorgeous. So, yes, something here has gotten somewhat out of hand or overlooked. The impact has been overlooked. And so, empowering the relationship, empowering the heart-based nature of the relationship here is going to create some breakthroughs for both or all parties involved, because each one of us involved in your situation here is then touching other people in other situations. So if you have a harsh home life or a difficult social situation, then it inversely starts to impact our operations and the feelings of being safe, secure, accepted, and non judged in other situations. And so we can find ourselves accidentally impacting somebody's tender self image. And this may be your own self image or self identity that's being harmed here. And it could even be your inner self speak. So watch that for sure. So, yeah, secrets. If there's something here that needs to be addressed, definitely, uh, yeah, I don't want to take this into a direction it doesn't need to go. But some secrets, one of the things I used to tell my daughter, who's also a Virgo, is if somebody asks you to keep a secret about something, and it's something harmful or whatever, as especially as a young child, I'm like, the minute anybody tells you that something isn't okay to tell your parents, that is your first clue that that person is influencing you negatively. So there's something here also about safety and security and the ability to be a trusted figure in each other's lives so that we can keep each other's best interest, and so that, for instance, with children and parents, so that that person continues to confide in you, because they need these supportive people in their lives. And if you're one of the few that are in their inner circle, um, yeah, it looks like there's a need to express something from the heart to help a person understand that whatever somebody else may have said, um, or some preconceived notion that somebody has about themselves, that you believe in them, that other people are approving of them as well, and that not everybody is able to express these things. But, like somebody who is shy, um, but good looking, may think that they are a wallflower, and you can express to them, like, you know what, I understand that that's the way you perceive yourself, but from the outside looking at you, you're quite dynamic. You show up this way and this way and this way, and you're like this that I don't see in other individuals. You're unique, you're mysterious, you are magical, and this mysterious nature that they or you have is something that draws other individuals. It's part of your inner strength. So for many of my viewers, the essence of the imposter syndrome keeps coming through, where it's like we feel uncomfortable in our own skin, and so we don't present ourselves in as confident a manner, and then that comes forth and manifests in the situations that we're engaged in. So these two have been upside down. Third eye chakra and earth. The way that we believe about ourselves, our circumstance, or others and their judgments and opinions creates. So, yes, there's something here about our ability to approve of another and shift and change their actual self concept in such a manner that allows them to believe in themselves and to have a more positive life and more abundant experience. So, yeah, we're critical in the way that somebody's able to see themselves. So, this definitely seems like a vulnerable, sensitive individual here that may have a very guarded or self protective mask on, but we're being told not to overlook fearless. There's something that needs to be spoken. Sometimes some of us can have a very difficult time with intimacy or telling people the positive compliments that we need to speak, especially if it hasn't been modeled or appropriate in our dialogue previously. But I see with this seventh house that you're holding hands with somebody that you have been connected with on a soul level. And there's a powerful transformation here where you are helping another individual see the secret of their mystique and magic in the moment. There's a commitment able to be able to come through here. A commitment to the soul contract, I feel, to shift and change the way that somebody embraces all that they are. And, you know, oof, for some of you, this can really be more critical than you would be comfortable acknowledging. So take it quite seriously if that resonates for you. Simplicity. We can say some of the simplest things if it's difficult for us to make these compliments or to shift into how we speak over somebody else. But we have fearless, fairy magic, and simplicity here. Yeah, somebody is not aware of who they are, but I feel like you are aware of who you are on some level, but you've allowed yourself, or they've allowed themselves, somebody important in your situation has allowed themselves to kind of be very subtly shut down in some type of a manner because of an accumulated fear of judgment or a debilitated self-belief. Leveling up. So yeah, something that you need to bring up to clarify and to get back on the same page. And now we have worthy, absolutely conveying the worthiness of another individual and how you view them. And for some of you, this has to do with a person's attractiveness or their ability to attract a partner or the types of partners that they're willing to date versus believing that they're worthy of a better partnership. When we're dealing with tender situations, there's definitely a need to speak up about somebody's worth to help them to see through any type of false awareness or gaslighting, addiction, or overdoing, or the way that they're using their energy here, or the way that you're using your energy to help them to express their own personal kundalini energy in a more healthy way. So we've had a lot of challenging energies for the zodiac readings this time through. I hope that this is helpful to you and that you understand the nature of what's coming through. Let's go ahead and look at the Akashic Tarot as far as helping us to unpack a little bit deeper information in regards to the situation, how we can help, what we need to know or to look at to create the most healthy and beneficial outcome for ourselves and our soulmates. Okay, and that. Okay, we'll take that one too. That one's overturned. That one pops out. Underneath the deck, we have the Divine Physician. So this Christ energy, Jesus energy. Again, for those that need to hear it, that doesn't necessarily mean this is a religious reading. There's healing at play here, and seeing the divine unconditional love to heal a situation. And I'm sensing the stories of Jesus washing the feet of others, and so showing humility and honoring the lowly, the humble individuals here doing that service work. And I know Virgo often is associated with the 6th house of service and healing, and with this energy in general of service to others. I feel like because of your own journey of self-actualization and self-acceptance, you're able to sense that somebody has a fear or a self-judgment, or that you have some type of a sacred key to help another to unlock their beauty and their magic, and then to not call them out any further, but to help them to seek that depth of themselves. So this is an interesting energy. So I'll show you the cards. We've got number 5, Hilarion. This is the card of scientific research, ancestral insights, the ascended mastery. I don't know what it is about the bugs today. Yeah, something has been bugging someone. There's some kind of perhaps generational trauma that's coming forward for resolution between yourself and another here. And it looks like you are aware, you're channeling this empowered heart chakra integration energy, and you're able to create this miracle. Yeah, the miracle worker, the divine physician. Um, to create an enlightening expression and inspire an individual to understand the situation in a different way from outside of the frame of their own reference points. So maybe it's not you that dealt with this early trauma, but that you have an awareness of this situation that this individual needs to know. You're helping somebody to figure out a situation, perhaps about their attractiveness or their relationship, or this is you yourself. So there's some type of energy up in the air. Something was left unresolved. Maybe you've kind of felt like something else needed to be said to fix or resolve or somehow assist this situation, to heal a dynamic here. With Muse, you're becoming inspired to help, or maybe to even, I'm in the moment helping an individual to perhaps even perform some type of a makeover energy. Not that it's about somebody's physical presentation. I mean, parts of that could be, but I think that with the Muse, it's like you're offering up an inspirational thought or an inspirational shift for this individual, and you're able to call them forward from the depths of their perhaps despair. You are an agent of love, I'm hearing. With this Queen of Roses, you're a very caring, heart-centered, heart-empowered individual. You're nurturing and supportive. You are supporting and mothering an individual, even if this isn't you as a literal mother or parent of a child. You're nurturing somebody's self-image or self-nurturing your own image, or maybe both at the same time. It could even be a mutually beneficial relationship that's really healing you at a very deep, deep level here, a divine partnership, even if it's not relationship on the romantic level, but it could be. There's a return to this sacred nature, and the lightning bolt epiphany. You're opening someone's eyes with this energy, and this 5 of Roses in the garden. I think that is showing us a return to the garden. Is like the Garden of Venus, a return to the beauty, the miracle, the magic, and showing somebody how to look at the little details in a new way, how to look forward, and how to say, just because you're hurt right now, or just because it's a difficult decision that you have before you, or just because one person doesn't like or approve of you, that doesn't have any bearing on the rest of your life or your personal expression. You can be, do, and have anything. And so showing somebody how to embrace the lessons that they're here to embrace, and it's like moving beyond that generational trauma, that old conditioned behavior or old speech pattern, where maybe even one of us unknowingly slipped back into something that was a harmful type of speech pattern, but now there's something that needs to be spoken. um, and so whether this is just the context of previous, uh, yeah, there's somebody making a declaration with that lightning bolt. Um, and it could be any number of things. So yeah, let's go ahead and move ahead into this Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. Beneficial and supportive insights to help us understand where our magic and our capacity is to shift, change, and heal this situation. What do we need to know for our Virgos? Every step counts. Every word matters. There's an advantage to taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. Gentle moderation. So be easy with what you speak and how much you pry. Take your time. Pressure from others or from yourself can be released by renegotiating what it is you're trying to accomplish. So maybe this is all just you being hard on yourself, saying to yourself unhelpful, unhealed things like that you're not good enough, or that something else to that effect. But yourself or someone else or myself, let me be the first to tell you that we're being told to heal any type of harmful situations and elements from that. Shared inspiration. Yes, the shared partnership is healing something. Throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of time constraints and rules, and really be aware of what fulfills your heart. And I feel like there's this beautiful relationship that is coming in that is unlocking this for you. So please don't hold the bugs against me here. I don't know what their problem is. It's like something's really aggravating you, and it's really like calling your attention to heal a situation or to heal a word spoken out of turn or out of context. So take good care of yourself and recognize that you're also here to heal other partnerships from things that you've incidentally engaged in. So we have communicate appropriately under the deck over here. I don't know if I'll have time to read this. Always use appropriate communication tools for different people in different environments. Appropriate communications with your spouse, kids, boss, or coworkers can deepen your connection to others, build greater trust and respect, and improve teamwork, problem solving, and overall social and emotional health. Absolutely right. And then here, if you want to screenshot that, reverse it and read it for yourself. We're out of time. Take good care of yourself, Virgo. And time is up.